We're going to do another low-dye tape job, but we're going to use some colored tape to differentiate the different strips of tape. So we've done this on another video, so you can look at that too for some instruction. We do the low-dye for giving support to the arch. So what I generally do is I start off by putting some anchors down, and I'll do that with this tape here, a little colored here. All things considered, foot position, kind of this neutral position. We're going to spray with our tough skin again, right? So spray with your tough skin all over the foot. And then I mentioned about putting a Band-Aid back here sometimes, so that's something, again, it's just an alternative thing to do. So here we're making our borders, and we're going from the metatarsals, so from medial side to lateral. We're just starting, so from metatarsal, the first one, to the fifth one, and then actually do another border, and I go actually over the heads of the metatarsals, and then this allows me then to adhere my tape when I do the next strips. And we'll alternate these with maybe some different colors too. So I'll do gray and orange on this. What we do is we're going to go ahead and number the heads of the metatarsals. So we got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, 4, and then 5. And you can feel for these when you're taping. Just squeeze the bones. The athlete will know that you're right on the heads of the metatarsals. And basically we are going to take the tape. I call these kind of like, they look like teardrops. And we're going to go 5, and then 1, and then 4, and then 2. It doesn't necessarily have to be in that order, but I mean it does. But I mean, you could go 1 and 5, and then 2, 4. Here, oops. Let's not get too technical. All right. So here we go. All right. So we're doing this one. Go around the heel, and we come up through the arch to give some lift. So that's on number 5, and then we'll do the number 1 right there, and go hook it around the heel, and then come back up through the arch, the foot there. So we've done this kind of crisscross pattern, giving lift to the arch. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the next one. We'll do number 4 right here, right, coming up through here and up that way. And then we'll do the last one, number 2 here, and then coming up. Basically, you're starting in the same spot. Okay. So now we've given this kind of like, it's kind of a weave and a lift to the arch, and now we're just going to go ahead and close things up. What we do is we do these strips that give a little more support to the arch, and we start to look at the heel right here, and I kind of like look where, the round part of the heel. I'm going to leave this open, so then I take actually, we'll do some color tapes, a little more color tape. Here we go. So we'll take this one, we start on the lateral side here, and I'm going to lateral side here, we're going to pull up into the arch to get a little more lift, and we're going basically from one side to the other, or our borders or boundaries. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll use white tape here. We're going to overlap the previous strip of tape, so you see that. Ooh, this is colorful. Then we're going to do the next one, overlap it, and then pull that lift. There you go. We're going to keep on following that pattern. So I'm going here lateral to medial, boom. And then that pink one there. Okay. Now you notice, the strips of tape and all this excess tape here, you can do a last strip, and sometimes what I do is I lay this one right over this tape here, and I leave the ends, both ends open like this. And then what I do is I split them, and then kind of overlap them on top of one another, and then same thing, split them over on this side, just overlap. And so now we've got all this loose tape too, so we need to go ahead and take care of that. There's a couple options. You can go ahead and take then a strip of tape and go all the way from one side to the other again, just like this. So I just went from medial to lateral, and we've kind of secured down those tape ends. But what can happen is when the athlete then goes to step down, sometimes this can kind of, it'll start to back off the foot or fall off the foot. So we really need to then close up the tape job by putting some strips of tape over the dorsal or top of the dorsum or top of the foot here. And so I just regular strips here, and it might be 3 or 4, but I don't encompass or encircle the whole entire foot. I just make sure that I go a little bit, into the plantar surface on both sides. And, here you go. I'm going to do a couple different colors just so you maybe see that. And it might be like 3 or 4. This is the third one. That might be sufficient there, okay? And then, so when the athlete does step down, there's still some room for expansion, but then the tape's not going to, come off the foot, okay? So again, that's just the low-dye arch job again, but we did with various colors of tape. Hopefully that'll help out. All right, cool.